Hello, shoppers. Welcome to the mall. How's everyone today? Today we're back to working on this thing. RMS 108 Marasai Unicorn version. Alright, so I've actually done a bit of work on this off stream. Uh, let's see, is autofocus on? Yes, it is, and it's not working as it probably should be. Sir, I don't think there's a product presentation mode, is there? Auto framing. Radio distance? Oh, that's for audio. Interesting. Decatur? Nope. Oh well. Wait. No. There's composition mode, but okay, there's not a product presentation mode. Oh well, we'll just leave it on autofocus. I saw that yesterday Sluffy was streaming. She had a she was using some sort of Sony camera connected with a piece of Sony software. Apparently it has there may be a product presentation mode. There may exist such a thing on her camera. Because apparently she was struggling a bit with autofocus too. But you know, it didn't matter whether or not she was struggling with autofocus. She was goated with the sauce. She had the sauce. She got the sauce. A lot of things have got the sauce while she had the sauce yesterday. Also, yesterday, you may notice that little album cover in the corner down here. Nobody Here, The Story of Vaporwave. That premiered yesterday. Finally. That was a good documentary. All about Vaporwave. I didn't see every last second of it, but it was pretty good. The title theme they made for the documentary is also pretty good. I don't know if it'll play today. Let's see. Okay, I already did all that. So yeah, as you can see, I think I said earlier, I actually did a bit of work on this off stream a while ago. So we've got the main torso and the head assembled. I've noticed this one, I think I've pointed it out before, but like this manual is weird. Not only are these instructions not like broken up by like body region, like they're all kind of out of order too. Like here's step 3. Put together the beam rifle. Like, what the hell? I've never seen that before. I have never seen that before. I think this kit's from like 2012 or something. That might be why. Alright, well that's part of it. Shouldn't be that hard. Also looks like we've got the, what is it? The Fedayeen beam rifle from, yeah, the Gabthly on here. I guess they were reusing that. Or Neo Xeon were reusing that for the Marasai. I mean, I don't know. Maybe the Marasai could always use that. I just always associate that with the Gapfly. Here's part of the E-cap. There's the other part. Is there two? Yeah, it's a two. It's a two-piece. It's a clamshell. Oh yeah, also, another thing that happened today. Oh shit, I didn't need Winter Circle from the Nobody Here album. I forgot, I have Winter Circle. I have the Winter Circle album in here. Dude, it's so funny, you know, like I watched that documentary, it's like they actually showed the faces of a lot of the vaporwave artists, and it's like, I mean, granted, it's not the first time Saint Pepsi's shown his actual face, but it's like, it's so funny. He does just kind of look like a normal dude. Oh. Okay, the sanding sponge was sticking to my nippers a bit. Oh, well, wait, we have to follow the manual. The manual says... Oh, I need the muzzle. Yes, the manual says I need the muzzle. There it is. I need the actual muzzle for this beam rifle. Although, man, that is... It's a bit short for a beam rifle, isn't it? I don't know. Actually, no, that's like... That's kind of in line with, like... You know, beam rifle technology, especially, like... Yeah, I guess it's not that far off from the original Gundam's beam rifle, but still, it's like... I don't know. It does feel a bit compact for what it is. Although, honestly, you know... I feel like the beam rifle of the original Gundam was like... That one was actually like pretty powerful. They made it seem pretty powerful, and I think in terms of the stats, it may actually have been one of the most powerful beam rifles ever. You know, because like I feel like, you know, watching like, you know, like the later, you know, like all the other UC anime after that, it was like, yeah, there were beam rifles, but they didn't feel that powerful. I mean, I think maybe part of that is because, like, well, you know, in Zeta onwards, it's like, you know, because practically every mobile suit has a beam weapon, you know, like everyone's trying real hard to not get hit, because that would be pretty bad. Oh, speaking of Gundam, so, boy, isn't this fitting music? Isn't this fitting music for this topic? So, Netflix just announced the casting for the live-action Gundam movie. The live-action Gundam movie by Legendary that has been in development hell. Like, I don't know if it's ever been formally declared to be, but like, it has to have been in development hell for years. That thing was announced back in like the late 2010s, and then, like, it's been years, man. Yeah, it seems like it's finally moving forward. They've got a cast. And, I know practically none of those actors, except for Sydney Sweeney. I only know about Sydney Sweeney because of controversy. I've never seen a single thing she was in. And, there was an argument in the comments of that Twitter post where it's like, oh, there's never been a skin-tight, sexy pilot suit, show me where. And it's like, well, I mean, even in the original UC, you had Sayla's pilot suit, which, like, I mean, you know, not the sexiest thing, but, like, it was definitely form-fitting, you know? Like, you look at that, and then you look at, like, Mirai in the normal suit during Abawaku, and it's like, yeah, no, that pilot suit Sayla was wearing, it was definitely kind of form-fitting. Kind of interesting. No. I was gonna say, did Gundam invent that? But come to think of it, no, I think the form-fitting, like, space bodysuit, that must have been done by a space battleship Yamato beforehand. I bet you, I bet Yamato was the first to do that. I have a feeling. I wouldn't be too surprised. I'm being very reticent about cutting these because I'm going to try to get these off with a knife. I don't want to... I'm trying not to avoid stress marks. Or I'm trying to avoid stress marks. Grammar. Although I guess I can cut a little more off. Nope, not that one. That's gonna require a lot of finagling. But yeah, I don't know. If the Gundam movie does come to theaters, I guess I'll go see it. But otherwise, like, probably not gonna see it if it's only gonna be on Netflix. Because I don't think I'm gonna have I don't think I have Netflix access anymore. Oops. Actually, got my glove caught in the nippers. That's not good. Oh yeah, that reminds me. So, well, actually, let me finish this tangent first. So, like, but yeah, it's like, Gundam does have a bit of a history of, like, women in rather form-fitting bodysuits, be they spacesuits or otherwise. I guess most of the time it is spacesuits, though. Autofocus. Anyways, the thing that reminded me of, so today, well, let me back up a bit. So, I don't know if I mentioned this on stream, but like a few weeks or so ago, like, I mean, I think I did talk about how, like, we were doing a lot of decluttering around the house now that my dad is gone. We cleaned out a storage closet thing, and we found a crap ton of things that we were, most of which got thrown out. Among them was a pristine ice maker unit in a box. Now, like, I looked at this. I happened to find it in the box when we were putting stuff out front for, like, the trash pickup, and I saw, like, oh, hey, wait, what is this? Oh, it's an ice maker. Oh, here's the manual for the ice maker. Here's the ice maker? What the heck? This looks just like the one I have in my fridge. So, a bit of context, let me try and talk about this while I start knifing the knobs off. Oh, actually, let me get this muzzle. So, for a bit of context, I have a refrigerator that I have easy access to in a kitchenette, and it kind of came with an ice maker, sort of. It's not like most refrigerators where it's like, say you have like a Samsung fridge. That's probably one of the most common kinds of like refrigerators that has like a built-in ice maker. Like, it is built in, right? The ice maker. Like, the most you can do is like, you change the filter on that. Not so with the ice maker in my fridge. My fridge is like a Whirlpool model. It's a simple, like, I guess like single width is one way to describe it. It's like you have like the regular fridge compartment. That's like the main thing. And then you have like a smaller freezer compartment on top. Kind of like that sort of plain style of refrigerator. So like it came with an ice maker unit, but like you have to like install the ice maker yourself. You have to kind of like, you have to bolt it into the side of the freezer compartment. You have to hook up the water line. You have to hook up the water pump. It's a whole thing. Thankfully, I wasn't the one who had to install in the first place, although I almost wish I was, because, for a while, my ice maker was, like, kind of on the fritz. Like, I would pull out the little collection bin. Like, I would find, like, just these giant clumps of ice stuck together with, like, kind of like a sheet of ice. It's kind of like, what had been clear to me was, like, there were, like, puddles of water that were getting into, like, the ice maker bin, and, like, it was all freezing together, so I would get these big clumps of ice, and it was just kind of a mess. And also, like, I was just constantly seeing, like, all these, like, bits of, like, some sort of black material. What I thought was happening was, like, I thought the ice-making mold in the ice maker was, like, falling apart. Like, I thought it was, like, crumbling and it, like, sprung a leak at some point. So, I was on... that's the assumption I was operating under. I didn't know what to do. So I find this ice maker and, like, among the stuff we were going to throw, and I was like, well, hey, wait a minute. Let me take this downstairs. I might be able to just replace the faulty ice maker with, like, a working one. An unused working one. So today, I finally got around to trying to do that. So I pulled the fridge away from the wall. I turn off the cold water intake thing. So, like, yeah, the way the ice maker works is, like, not only do you have to, like, optionally install it into the fridge, like, you have to actually run a water line from a source. Which, you know, thankfully I do have an RO. I have an RO filter thing hooked up. It's like, yeah, I had to turn off the cold water line. And then I futz around a bit because I don't actually have the right tool. I futz around a bit trying to find a tool to, like, actually unscrew the bolts holding the old ice maker in, which I also found out. The guys who put the fridge in and put the ice maker into it, they forgot to actually install. Either they completely neglected to install the third bolt that holds the thing in on the wall. Because it's supposed to be 3, there are only 2. That, or it was installed, but it just fell out at some point. I don't know. I think maybe they just neglected to do it properly the first time around. Or maybe the hardware was, or maybe that piece of hardware was just missing from the kit. Who knows? Whatever. It's like, I finally get the old ice maker unbolted from the freezer compartment wall. And then I make a horrible discovery, which is that the power connector... So, the way the ice maker works is that, like, you know, ice is poured in with, you know, like, or sorry, water is pumped into the mold. The ice freezes in the mold. There's a little coil that, like, you know, heats up just enough to, like, you know, get the ice to unstick from the mold when it's completely frozen. And then a little motorized, armature thing turns around, like, it has these kind of, like, it's sort of like a spindle with these sort of, like, fingers on it, so it, like, turns and then, like, you know, bumps up against the ice and it just slowly torques the ice out of the mold, and then, like, it comes over and then, like, ice gets dumped down by gravity. It's like, yeah, that obviously needs electric power to work, to power the warming coil and the motor. And also it tells the pump when to run to put fresh water in. So the power connector for the ice maker is this wide 4-pin thing. Whereas the power connector on the ice maker we salvaged, for lack of a better term. Well, yeah, the spare ice maker we found. It has a little 8-pin. It has a narrower 8-pin connector, kind of like the power connector you might find on some, like, a, you know, like what you'd use to power, like, a graphics card. And it's like, these are completely incompatible pins. These are completely incompatible plugs. I can't hook this up. I can't hook the new one up. I was so pissed. I was so pissed off. But you know what the thing is? I think I might be fine anyways. I might not need to replace the ice maker because, like, when I was trying to get the old one out, I kind of discovered that, like, yeah, it was cattywampus. One of the two bolts, mind you, out of the 3 that are supposed to be there, there's only 2. One of the 2 bolts that's, you know, holding it up, it had actually come loose. Quite a bit loose. So the ice maker was kind of drooping at like an angle, I think. And that might be why I was having, like, that might be why, like, there was, like, water trickling down into the collection bin. I thought the mold had just sprung a leak at some point. Like, I thought, like, you know, the plastic or whatever from the mold was, like, slowly coming off and getting into the ice. Because that sure seems to be what was happening, but it could just be that, like, for the longest time, the ice maker was just sitting at, like, it was sitting at an angle, just kind of cattywampus-like, and, you know, water flows in, and it's not flowing in, it's not doing what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to be nice and level. So yeah, I think that's why I was getting, like, you know, ice that was kind of like, just big clumps of, like, ice that had been sitting in water that had frozen. And, you know, ice with, like, unfavorable bits in it. I think it was just purely because the ice maker was at a level. I could be wrong. I could still be getting bits in my ice from some source, but I think I may have solved the problem. And all it took was me trying to replace the ice maker, only to find out that, no, actually, the spare ice maker we found is completely incompatible. I don't know why. I don't know why. I guess it was made for a slightly different model of refrigerator than what I have. Isn't that fun? Isn't that fun when you have, like, appliances and such and electronics and like the SKUs. There's so many different SKUs because it's like that's just one little thing that's different. Everything else electrically is probably the same. If I was an electrician, even an amateur one, I could probably have just spliced up a new connection thing. But no, it then uses an 8-pin plug. I don't think even all the pins on that 8-pin plug were actually populated. I think it was still just like 4 wires, 4 pins. It's just an 8-pin thing for no goddamn reason. Like, I think what may have happened was, like, my dad ordered the ice... He ordered an ice maker. He assumed it was for the fridge that I have, which, like, I wouldn't blame him for assuming so, but then he discovered, like, no, it's not actually it's not the right model, so he had to order the correct one. I assume that's probably what happened, and, like, just the unused one just ended up going in the storage closet instead of being returned. Which, to be fair, I guess you can't just throw it out as well. Because it's like, you know, it is a highly specific piece of equipment. It is of no benefit to the person on the street unless they have the exact model of Whirlpool fridge it's for, I assume. So yeah, that was a rude surprise, but hey, again, I may have actually fixed my ice maker simply because I realized like, oh hey, this one bolt is like loose, it's not tightened down all the way, and the ice maker isn't sitting level. It's supposed to be bolted securely. And also, there's one bolt that just was never installed at all for some reason, and who knows where the fuck it is. So yeah, that was my day so far. Also, unrelated, completely unrelated. New topic. So many videos coming out. Yesterday, there was a new Implement video. I haven't finished it yet, but it's about NASCAR. What I watched of it was pretty good. And today, new Frederick Knudsen video just came out, which... Boy, man, that's... I gotta say, it was a bit of a hard watch, but I think it was just because it's like... I don't know, it's like... Really had kind of shades of Terry Davis or like Time Cube. Really, yeah, it was like Time Cube, kinda. I think the only thing we were missing is just confirmation of Nigel Cheese passing away or whatever. Like, I guess I feel a little bad for that dude, because it does seem like... It seems like he may have actually genuinely been cheated out of custody of his own daughter, and then, like, that devastated him. That, like, mentally and emotionally devastated him to the point where, like, he got one-shot by fringe theories, and he just spent the rest of his life... And he just spent the rest of his life trying to prove he was some sort of great inventor just to get back at the world. Okay. I'm actually going to try and cut a little more off this. So yeah, that's been my day so far. I had that Zoom interview yesterday and that went okay, I guess. Okay, I'm too timid to try and cut that down any further. Let's try and knife it down. I don't know if I get the position. Probably not. Or, not even get the position. I don't know if I'll go into the second round. I think they said they were supposed to get me responsive in 24 hours. I don't think I've gotten one yet. Although I haven't... No, I have looked at my email. Although I think maybe the response was supposed to be like if I did go into the second round. It could just be I'm not gonna get anything... I'm not gonna hear anything back if I wasn't called for the second round. Well. Okay, that's still kind of screwed up. I hope that's not the one that shows up very easily. I hope that's the one that's on the bottom. I'm not very... I am so out of practice with Gunpla. I'm not even showing you what I'm doing. Damn it. Man, I feel like I haven't had noise unit on my playlist in such a long time. I took this album off at some point. I think because I was trying to downsize it. I was trying to downsize and simplify things. And then I went and tried to simplify things further while also upsizing and we'll see how it works out. And so far it's mostly been the same, but just a little different. Oh, speaking of noise unit, uh yeah, so Artifact Records, which this is the label this album was actually distributed through. Artifact opened a merch store called Second Tooth, or I don't know if they opened it themselves, or if they just partnered with them, but like, yeah, there's this merch store called Second Tooth that has, they just got noise unit merch in, and apparently, like, they used the photo to promote it, which is like a really old photo. Like, I think in the middle of the photo was like Bill Lee before he turned his hair blonde. So it's probably like from like 92 or 93. The sun always shines on TV. I recognize this sample. Eh. Okay, yeah, you can't see what the fuck I'm doing. I think... Okay. One moment, I'm gonna do something crazy. Where's the hand cam? Okay, there's that source. I'm going to rotate this shit around. Eh, eh. Oh my god, this thing is freaking warm. Alright, now I gotta try to loosen this. Turn it over. If I'm successful, I should be able to see just a little bit more of what the hell I'm actually doing. Am I screwing it? Okay, yes, I am. Ugh. I swear I only loosen it just enough, and it's like, that's a lot. That's a lot of thread. Oh. Okay. Let me re-show it. Alright, that's good. Let me just flip it 180. There we are. Bring things down a little. There, now I should be able to better see what the frick I am doing. Anyways, anything else to talk about? Gee, not really, I guess. Okay, I don't know if this comes across on camera, but like, I feel like there's like a bit of a lip of like a mold line or something here. Trying to get this off with a knife, because this is totally the sort of thing a hobby knife is good for. Oh yeah, speaking of nobody here, actually, now that I think about it, probably has a synthwave documentary called Rise of the Synths. Maybe not quite as good as Nobody Here, though. I should probably see if I can check that out. Who knows, maybe they got the dudes from the Midnight to appear in that. Oh god, what am I doing here? Yeah. Oh yeah, and like another thing is like, man, they showed like footage from like some of those like vaporwave live shows. Like that shit looked fun. I mean, concerts are always kind of fun. Like, speaking of synthwave, I know I'm bouncing between topics a bit, but like, speaking of synthwave and the Midnight, I did get to see the Midnight live in concert back in, what was it? 2023? 2022 maybe? That was really fun. I've been thinking I don't know if I can, but like, oh, yeah, it's coming up real soon is a thing. Like, I kind of want to I think Health and Perturbator are actually doing a concert in town real soon. I don't know if I'll be able to go though. It's like I'd kind of like to go, but one, it's like I'm a little leery of spending money on kind of non-essential stuff. And two, I just don't know about like, time. I mean, I guess maybe I could ask a family friend to watch the dog for me. So there's that, but I don't know. Let's try filing this. Oh man, why wasn't I using this setup before for the Battletech mini painting? This is better. It's like I'm not having to like try and shrimp in. I do feel like the camera's not quite level, but that's not that big a deal. Whoop whoop whoop. Oh yeah. I don't know. Did I mention it last stream? I think I did mention on last stream. I took a hike back on Sunday. That was nice. I wish it was a little cooler though. I wish it was cooler that day though. But yeah, during that hike, I was listening to the compilation album All Monsters Attack. I actually added a few songs from that to the playlist here. Kind of hope it comes up because like there's one song on there by Macro Blank who showed up in Nobody Here, by the way. But yeah, there was a song in there by Macro Blank I really liked. Now this looks uneven. Hold on, let me go at it again with a hobby knife. I think there's still a bit of a mold line or something here. It's very subtle. So subtle, I'm not sure it's actually there. Just be this knife is also dull as shit. Whoops. Smack my microphone. I guess I'll go in here and frame this out just in case. It might not fit. Oh, but that's a... Okay, yeah, it's one of those ones that's keyed, though. It's not just a simple round hole. Hey, go at it again with the file. Or... No, yeah, file. Let's try file. Yeah, this is looking a little uneven. I think I may have screwed up. I don't know why I'm working on this part. Oh well, we simply are. Crap, where'd I put the file I needed again? Oh, there it is. Whoops. Kind of disappeared from my view. I was looking for the glass. All I saw was the black. You better not mess with Walton. Or or no, I think it was like, you better not mess with Simons. We're 100% black? Me too. Yeah. I picked this artist for this playlist because Pan Pan, I heard one of those songs on All Monsters Attack, and I liked it, so I figured, like, actually, no, I think I've heard this song on its own. I don't know. Okay, this actually looks kind of okay. That's good enough. Oh, I wonder what this song that's being sampled is. This makes me think of fucking Sonic the Hedgehog. It feels like a Sonic song. It feels like something that would have been on Sonic CD. Must be, must be from the 90s. Ugh. The problem with trying to use the file is it just kind of squashes down a nub, makes it mushroom out. Then I have to try and clean it up with the knife again, which kind of defeats the purpose of the file. I'm fucking this up. Whoop. Or, you know, I care enough about making that bit look okay that, like, try and sand this down. I'm gonna try and sand that clean. Ugh, I don't have any I don't have any sanding sponges finer than that for some reason. I must have used the big ones on Did I use the I must have used the big ones on like that resin kit I made, which god, I gotta dig that thing out. I know it fell off its base some time ago. I should really go fix that. Okay, that stress mark's still kind of there, but whatever, that's fine. Where'd the knife go? Uh-oh. Oh, there it is. It's off to the side here. Eh. Eh. Oh, wait, there they are! Oh, they're down there. Ah! I'm just gonna grab those, because... Although, oh boy, they are real well worn. I mean, then again, yeah, so are the lower grain one. So are the lower grit ones, but still, like, damn. Oh, I don't have anything higher than 800. Whoops. All I do is just throw the small sponges. That looks pretty acceptable. Trying to be quick, trying to be efficient. Eh. Ooh, ooh, cutting the thinnest sliver of plastic. I'll do for that. I'm gonna change the song here. Anything else to talk about? I can't think of anything else to talk about. Also, I'm going to move this text thing over a little. There we go. There, I think that looks a little better. Backed away from that. Wait, no, I should not try to adjust the outline thickness. That tends to end badly. Well, I shouldn't say ends badly, but like that's probably gonna cause some frame droppage. Oh, you know what? That does remind me. So I'm thinking I may have to like switch keyboards or something, because like I've noticed something. So for those of you following my socials, which let me see if I can put. Actually, I'll let me plug this. Eh, eh. So for those of you who follow my socials, namely Twitter and or Blue Sky. Yeah, I contributed to a little trend post thing. You know, get to know me. So I actually went into Wardo to like get that screenshot, that image. And I mean, this isn't the first time I've noticed, but like I've noticed it again. Like it was real. Well, okay, between the job interview I did on Zoom yesterday and, you know, playing around with Wardo last night, I noticed something, which is that like I don't know what it is. Like it seems like when I have my Elgato face cam running, there seems to be a bit of a conflict with like the USB stuff. So like in the case of the Zoom interview, I just kept noticing like I kept noticing my keyboard. Hold on, let me see if I can show you. I kept noticing the keyboard would like, it kind of flickered. Like, you see how this light is like stuck on? This kept like blinking off for a bit. Like this light here kept blinking off for like a split second every like 5 to 6 seconds, maybe a little less frequently than that, but like it was noticeable and it was kind of annoying. And also like the feed from my Elgato face cam would kind of like glitch out at like the bottom like 10th. And it's like, oh my god, it's kind of embarrassing. It's like, oh my god, I hope the person who was interviewing me didn't really notice too much. But like, man, that was like, it was annoying. It was kind of distracting me. Not enough to affect the interview on my end, but that's just kind of like, that's so bizarre. And again, later that day when I was using Wardo to make that image, like, I kept noticing the keyboard was doing the same thing. It would like blink off a bit and like the actual responsiveness when I tried to like, you know, okay, so like in Wardo, like you can move the camera around. You hold down right mouse button, then you use like WASD and Q. You use QWEASD to like move the camera around. And like I noticed like, just for some reason, like all I had open was Brave browser, Steam, Wardo, Discord as well, but I don't think Discord affects things that much. Like I had only those programs open. And it was I noticed only while I had Wardo open with like, you know, media pipe running and everything. I noticed like when I try to move the camera around, or not even just when I try to move the camera around, when I try to do anything with my keyboard, whether that was like typing in like, you know, like Twitch chat, because this was, I was doing this while Jolly was streaming last night. Like when I try to type with the keyboard, or like I try to use the keyboard to like, you know, move the camera around Wardo, like the keyboard is like, it is like only partially responsive. Like I try to press a key and then like it would register that key input like 20 times. Or like I would press the key and it just wouldn't register at all. That's what it did most of the time. Like if I wanted to like type something, I had to kind of do it like eh, 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 eh. And even then, it might drop an input or it might spam one. It was hell trying to type anything while Rardo was running, and just even moving the camera, like trying to get the camera to move just a bit was such a pain in the ass. I don't know what it is. But I do notice, I do feel like it has something to do with this keyboard. It has something to do with this Lenovo Legion K510 Mini. It's like I'm thinking I'm gonna like try to get my hands on another keyboard. I'm gonna try to get my hands on one of Dad's old keyboards and use that instead. And if it's still glitchy as shit, then fuck. I don't know. But again, I half suspect it's mostly just the Legion 510. And you know what? Here, I also want to show you something. It's not relevant, but... So I used to have the LED setting where, like, you know, you press one key and and it does like a kind of like a waterfall lighting effect. Instead, I have it to where like it just gently turns it on and like dims it. It's like before when I had it on kind of like the LED waterfall. Like when I would log in to my computer, like it was doing kind of a similar thing where like like it wasn't quite registering inputs correctly. Not as bad as like what I was just describing, but like it was kind of annoying. Like I might fail a login attempt every so often. But since I switched it to that gentler on the dim setting, it's fine. It was like fine. I stopped having I stopped like the jank I was experiencing when trying to log into Windows after booting the computer, it's like that's gone. I think it's just this keyboard for some reason. I don't know. It could just be it's drawing way more power than it really should be. I think I think this keyboard also has like dedicated software because of course I haven't installed that, but according to some people on Reddit, according to some people on Reddit, apparently the software may brick the keyboard. So yeah, no, I don't think I'm gonna be installing Lenovo's software for this keyboard. I don't think I'm going to be doing that. I will just dig up another keyboard to use. Anyways, ugh. Enough yakking. Back to clacking. I don't know. Pepsi. Ooh. It's so funny. Like I heard the song this is sampling, which is "The Beat Goes On" by the Whispers. It is such a different song, but it's like you hear this and like you can still tell what it is if you know that song. I am actually amazed how like Saint Pepsi managed to like edit things up though. It really does sound like they're saying it really does kind of sound like they're saying Pepsi. Who does it better, Pepsi? Oh yeah, and this is yeah, it's Saint Pepsi, bitch. So I learned that like from nobody here that like yeah, years ago they used to do these like there used to be this like chat room site thing. I think it was called Turntable. And there was another one. And then there was another site where they also did like similar thing. It's like, everyone gets together in a chat room and they listen to music together and like it's synchronized. Or I think the later chat room was just for like live streaming, but still, it's like, yeah, like a bunch of the early Vaporwave, a bunch of the early big names in Vaporwave, like Saint Pepsi and Luxury Elite, they would do these like live streams and like hang these like live internet hangouts. Like yeah, someone from those live streams, like yeah, they did the "It's Saint Pepsi, bitch" thing, and that got put into the music. Yeah, in fact, I'm gonna restart this song. I was talking over that. It's really good. It does not deserve me talking over it. Yeah. Oyo. Okay, I gotta stop doing that thing where I crane my neck over. Tilt my head over. Just turn the damn thing if you can't see what you're doing. Wait. No, that's fine. Maybe. We'll see. It is a pretty large area. Let's give this another pass just in case. I forgot to get it the first time. Anyone who may be listening, a question. Let me ask a question instead of just talking at you. What are your plans for dinner tonight? I want to make fajitas. Chicken fajitas. Now, admittedly, I don't really have, like, fresh chicken. I've got, like, little frozen chicken strip thingies. Not tendies, I should say. These are, like, fillets. These were chicken fillets cut into strips and pre-cooked and frozen, but, like, you can just cook them again. I think my plan will be, since I can't really marinate from frozen... Well, I don't know, can I? I don't want to risk it. I probably could, but I don't wanna. I probably shouldn't. Anyways, but my plan is I'm just gonna get the pan, put some olive oil in it, and put in some lime juice, then put in the spices, start warming things up, and then I'll start heating that mixture up. Then dump in the bell peppers and onion, and then the chicken goes in after the peppers and onions have had a bit of time to start cooking. I do want the seasoning to get on the chicken, but or maybe I just put everything together at the same time. So by the time the chicken is like nicely cooked, the veggies are also nicely cooked. Nicely sauteed. Eh. Oh, it's taking some effort to cut through that, and it still looks so goddamn unsightly. Oh, whatever. We'll just hit that with the 120 grit. Ugh. I should really see if Maggie Dotwave has any more music other than this album and Plato. Uh-oh. Shit. Oh, that's not good. Oh, I bit too deep. Oh, whoops. I just tore a chunk out of that. Kind of. I kind of cut a chunk out of there. Ooh, I should have gone from another angle. I was completely off. Okay, maybe it's not that bad. I don't know. Oh, man. You know, it's probably not a good thing I'm trying to build this gunpla with, like, tools that are, like, maybe maybe a little too worn down. Like, you know, it's like, I'm not so sure this knife blade is all that sharp, for one. I think I tried sharpening it once, but I might not have done a particularly great job. Let's just go on this and see if I can prove that. I mean, it is the kind of small detail that nobody but, like, competition judges would notice. But, like, I don't know, like, I found out about that sort of thing, like, you know, what those competition judges look for and what they'll dock points for, and it's like, man, it made me really, like, hyper conscious of defects. It's made me hyper conscious of defects ever since. I guess I should give a bit of context for what I'm talking about. So, like, at Saboten Con, this convention I like to go to, that's in town, which I kind of hope I would like to be able to go to that this year. I bought my members pass already. I bought my badge for the year already, but, like, that was before everything happened. Like, I bought that pass at the fucking start of the year. Like, yeah, I bought that pass back in, like, January or February, I think. Oops. You know, in ignorant blissful ignorance. Actually, I guess it would have been ignorant bliss. Whatever. Point is, I did not know I had a big storm coming. Uh, where was I going with this? Right. So I bought the pass. But now it's like, well, I'm not so sure I'm gonna go this year with everything going on. I hope to. I hope to, but, like, but, with things as they are now, well, now I'm gonna have to figure out, oh, okay, like, transportation, like, do I just drive there and park? Should I get a hotel room at the Sheraton or maybe the Renaissance? I might do that. It's an expense I wasn't accounting for. And hey there, Macro Mark. Yep, we are doing Gunpla. We are doing. Hold on, let me get the manual. Whoops, that's not it. There it is. There's a cover. We're doing the RMS 108 Marasai, the Neo Zeon version from Gundam Unicorn. This was originally a mobile suit created by the Earth Federation. Used, I guess, primarily by the Titans unit. And then after Axis showed up, Neo Zeon adopted it, basically. So yeah, I'm just working on this while talking about stuff going on. How are you doing, Mark? Okay, that's almost good. Doing alright for a Tuesday, nice. I forget, when do you stream? You stream, like, Thursdays and Sundays, right? Something like that? I admit, I confess, I don't watch you enough to know your schedule. Done with work, about to do some breakfast for dinner? Thursdays only. Oh, okay. Well, what breakfast dinner are you doing? I was gonna make chicken fajitas for dinner. Egg spam biscuits. Probably putting in a sandwich. Hey. Alright, yeah, that's not bad. I like me some spam every once in a while. My dad really liked him some spam sometimes. You know, like my dad, you know, he is very Filipino, you know. Sometimes his breakfasts were like eggs, yeah, fried eggs, rice, and like yeah, maybe some sort of like pork meat, whether that be spam or maybe like tocino or longanisa. Maybe both tocino and longanisa. Also, oh yeah, also Mark. So, have you done any Gunpla before? Got some fresh magic cards too. Draft. Oh, you're doing a draft. Nice. Is it like a new set? Maybe. I don't know what the deal is with Magic these days. Like, cause it's like, oh, you'd love to do a kit bash. Yeah, I've been wanting to do a kit bash of something for like a long time. I'm just not sure what. But I have some spare parts I can maybe throw together in a something. Like I actually have that Galbody rebake kit from Build Divers Re-Rise that like I lost the head for it. I thought I could just put a head from a different model kit onto it, but like I might not be able to. So I'm just gonna use that as a parts donor. New set release. There's too many to keep up with. Yeah, because the thing with Magic, as I understand, is like they just do so many of those like crossover release things now. It's like I don't know what they do in terms of like I don't know what they do in terms of like mainline stuff, I guess you could call it. I mean, not that I really know that much to begin with, because like I fell off of Magic like at like the end of the Time Spiral block. And then like, you know, and then they did like Innistrad and like some other stuff, and then they stopped doing they announced they stopped doing like blocks of sets. So nowadays, like I don't know what the hell they do for themes. I think they revived Kamigawa. Mostly play mainline stuff unless the licensed IP speaks to you. Yeah. Some of those like licensed IPs, they're a little out of hand, you know. Like Final Fantasy, I get. That seems kind of obvious. But then there's like SpongeBob, and it's like, what? Why? Is there any reason for that to exist beyond a cash grab? Anyways, before you got here, Mark, I was talking about how I'm like hyper conscious of like any mistakes or defects I make when like you know trying to finish these parts, because like one year at this local anime convention I went to, there were these guys who were like actually holding a gunpla competition. It's like the kits and dioramas and such, they were already built. And like there was a lot of like cool work that had been done. It's like all that was left was just like, just they were put on display throughout the entire convention weekend, and like the actual judging was done on like the last day of the convention. And like I learned a fair bit about like, how those guys judge the how those guys run the competitions and how they judge them, and it's like, man, yeah, I learned that. It's like, well, yeah, you really have to like you really have to be you really have to put a lot of finesse into it to like not make tiny mistakes, because they do notice. They do look for those kind of tiny mistakes, and they will dock points. Now, granted, like I probably didn't need any reason to worry. Like, like you said, Mark, I don't need to be my own worst critic, because it's not like I've ever built anything for a competition. It's not like I've ever tried to take part in a Gunpla competition. Like, man. And like I do want my work to turn out well. When I started doing Gunpla like over 10 years ago now, it was like I did make mistakes. I did screw things up to an extent. It was after going to a few panels at Sabaton Con across a few years that like I actually learned how to like up my game. And hey there, Melamine Shark. Oh yeah, Mark, you just mentioned like they're doing a Star Trek. They're doing a Star Trek release for Magic the Gathering. Like, I don't know how to feel about that, because like I don't know, like I feel like science, sci-fi stuff in Magic is like it's a bit of a mixed topic, because like I mean, sure, from like the beginning of Magic the Gathering, they actually did kind of go for like a science fantasy kind of thing. You had this whole thing about like the power crystals and like Urza and Mishra. The Brothers' War. They built these like machine armies to wage war against each other. Like, that part I understand, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know. I feel like doing a collab or like going like full sci-fi, it's like that's a little weird for Magic. Not gonna lie, space. Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah. They did that, didn't they? They did one that was like entirely space themed. Yeah, I don't know. That does remind me. It's kind of funny how like it feels like in the 90s and well, the 80s too to an extent, but like in the 90s, you had so many like RPGs that mixed like magic and technology. It was kind of crazy, It was like yeah, like probably one of the most famous examples is like I guess what was it? Final Fantasy 6, I think it was, that had like the Magitech. And then of course Final Fantasy 7. But like there was also like the Might and Magic games. The first three Ultima games, like you could find like space shuttles and ray guns and crazy stuff like that. Might and Magic, like I mentioned, there was like a whole duology or trilogy that took place on this like artificial planet or whatever called Zine. And yeah, Melamine Shark, like you mentioned, there was also Arcanum of of Steam and Magic Obscure or something like that. First game by Troika. Eh. Might and Magic Slap. Big fan of the Urza story and Weatherlight especially, so you feel that it's changed a lot, but it's still got the good bits. Expensive hobby. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like the Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro really like their money, so they're going to do whatever it takes to get that bag. It's just kind of crazy. That does actually kind of remind me also, I know I'm kind of bouncing from topic to topic, pinballing around, but like, there was a tweet, I don't know if you guys know about Remy Down Under, the Australian streamer. Like, he made a tweet a while ago how it's like, Apparently, every single minis company, they eventually get to the size. Like he referenced something called like the dragon problem or something, where it's like every minis company seems to get to a size where like they just start, where it's like they start like they turn against the things that kind of got them big in the first place or something like that. Like they got too big for their own good. Like I guess Remy was referencing like the company that made Trench Crusade, but like, you know, I assume that also probably applied to like Games Workshop, maybe also Catalyst Games Lab. Or Catalyst Game Lab, sorry, gotta get the name right. I think, you know, Stellar Jockeys is probably immune, but, you know, the Stellar Jockeys thing is they make video games. They just got into, like, making, you know, metal minis for merch as, like, just kind of a side venture. Which is presumably the sales of that are supporting the game dev efforts. And hello there, Ed. But yeah, I support proxies and all that. It's nice to have proxies and third-party stuff. You know, it's like that's one of the nice things about BattleTech. It's like you've never needed to use official minis to play BattleTech. You never really did. You know, it used to be they would include goddamn cardboard cutouts. I mean, even like the new stuff from Catalyst, even something like the Clan Invasion box. I think even the Mercenaries box set, like, yeah, those have cardboard. Those have little cardboard things you can punch out and use as like mechs or tanks or whatever. Oh my god, Melamine Shark, you have a hamburger helper emote? The hamburger helper. Why do you have that? I'm not questioning it, I'm just wondering why. Oh no, Ed, I'm talking about like the business side of BattleTech as opposed to like I'm not talking about the actual lore, I'm talking about the business side of the companies that make those games. There's this thing where like any company that makes miniature games, they get big enough where their heads go up their own asses. It's happened to a few of them already. I think that's what Remy Down Under was trying to talk about. Games Workshop love hates fans. I think they I think it's mostly I'm not sure I'd say hate, but I think it's mostly just like it's an abusive relationship, you know? It is abuse disguised as love. It is a sort of it is a hatred that thinks that it is love, maybe. You have many emotes. Oh god dang, you have oh god. No! Melamine Shark, you didn't have to join the dark side! No! Why do you have that emote? The car battery one I can get behind. Not the other one, though. Forbidden imagery. It was requested. You don't have to honor a request, you know? You can just politely decline. It's a superpower. Not many people realize this, but being able to politely decline something is a bit of a superpower. You regret everything. Alpha Boost will make episodes on an AU. I don't know. I don't know if Alpha Busa would ever do BattleTech. Maybe like once Ogre Papanong has like long since moved on from World of Darkness. Shit, that just occurred to me. I know I probably shouldn't talk so much about other streamers, but like I wonder if Jet's ever finished Bloodlines. I don't know if she got to the finale of Bloodlines, but she might have by now. I try the file for this. This is uneven. Eh. It is what it is. All right. Finally, it's taken an hour and a half just to put this stinking beam rifle together. Oh, I don't even have all the bits for it. Whoops. It's taken an hour and a half to do most of the parts for this one beam rifle. Where's the foregrip? Then here somewhere. There it is. Oh, maybe this is a derivative of like the Gundam's beam rifle. It's very similar other than this giant E-cap thing. Here we are. Okay, it's just a couple knobs, and one I can just completely cut off and not worry about. Oh, that one actually cut nice, and it's the one I don't need to look nice. Hmm? Why don't you shave? Alright, now we grind it with the 120 grit. Sanding for the little mold. So yeah, I do like the, like the nipper's knife and the sanding sponges to get the knobs from the sprue off. You can sand for paint prep, although I don't know if that's like necessary, because like the way I've actually airbrushed Gunpla before, and like the way I've done it is you just spray the primer on, although yeah, you just spray the primer on. You don't necessarily need to, I don't think you need to sand it before that, although it does help to wash the plastic to make sure any mold release agent is cleaned off. Just give it a bit of a soak, bit of a swish in warm soapy water. Wait for that to dry out, then yeah, take it outside, prime it, and then airbrush it. Again, you can sand it if you want. I don't think it's required, but it might help. I just don't. Now, if you're building like a car model kit and you need to paint it, then like, yeah, you probably might have to do at least a little sanding before priming. I do actually have one car model kit that's been sitting unopened. That's the famous AE86 Troino from Initial D. Alright, now I think we can put the dang beam rifle together. Again, for those who have not seen it, here's the instruction manual for this kit. Now, in a modern Gunpla kit, the instruction manual would be like, it would kind of be divided into sections here, where it's like, like, here's how to build like the torso, here's how to build the head, here's how to build the arms, the legs, and it would be ordered according to like the body region. This isn't. This kit is from like 2012 or so, and it doesn't do that. Here you start with like how to build the main torso, which is kind of sensible. And then you have the head. That also kind of makes sense. But then the third step is to build the beam rifle, which like in newer kits, or like kits that are like newer than this, like the weapons would be one of the last things you would build. It's so strange. I like that Sonic emote. One step away from being a flight manual from the 80s. Not really. It's not. I don't think there's nearly as many illustrations in a flight manual. Just a lot of dry info. Yeah, you're right, Mark. Accessories would be a logical end step. And again, they usually are. It's like, like I haven't built one, but like if you were to get like, like the entry grade RX-78-2 Gundam, like I bet the instruction manual for that, like it'll be laid out in like a fairly clear order, and like, things like the shield or the beam rifle, like those are going to be towards the end of the manual. I bet you dollars to donuts that's how it's going to be laid out. This one, not not so much for some reason. Again, I think it's just age. Let's see, can I find a date on this? I don't think I could, I don't think I found a date on... No, hold on. Oh, this one's kind of hard to read. It won't autofocus. Okay, there we go. Bandai 2012. Copyright date 2012. Kit was probably made, like, maybe a year or two earlier. I don't know. Like, I swear, like, I built a kit for a Hyakushiki from Zeta Gundam, and it didn't do that. Like, it was, I think, like, the manual is laid out just like it would be nowadays. I don't know, it's just kind of strange. Alright. We have the main body of the beam rifle together. It's just this clamshell. We've got actual muzzle. This key's on somehow. Just gonna rotate it till I feel it. Found it. I press it down over here. Make sure that's in. There we go. And now the foregrip goes in on the side. How's it supposed to go out? Is it... Okay. Okay, pinky rest thing goes on this way. There we go. And now we just clamshell these bits together. Oh, okay, that's not quite as screwed up as I was worrying about. Still not too great, but whatever. Yay, beam rifle. Feels like a hybrid of the, like... I think this beam rifle may have been inspired by, like, the one that was used by the Act Zaku. Oh, also, I actually need to sand this down some more. I need to, like, polish this. Let's try this. Like, it also kind of looks a bit like a derivative of the, original Gundam's beam rifle. It's very interesting. What time is it? Oh, shit. Okay. Also, I may have to put some plastic cement just to seal up this seam. Kind of don't want to do that in case it makes it hard to take this on and off, but like I feel like it's trying to pry itself apart as it is. So, yeah. Alright. Yay, again, oh, over an hour and a half or so. Just to build one component. It wasn't even really that... Which, again, is like, normally this would be towards the end, but oh well. I kinda should follow the manual, and the manual says to build that as step 3. Anyways, I have to go take a break to go walk the dog. I need to go do that. I really do need to go do that. It is almost a 3:45. Enjoy dog walk. Thank you, Mark. So yeah, I will be gone for upwards of 35 minutes. Probably a lot less than that, but yeah, probably a lot less than that. It is getting hot around here. It's been pretty hot around here lately. It's supposed to get cooler this week, someone said to me, but I don't know how much I believe that. Although this morning wasn't too bad, but we'll see. Anyways, yeah, I'll be gone for I'll be gone for a little while. I'm going to run a few minutes of ads at the start of the break. Use this time to get up, stretch, get water or food. Maybe start cooking. I know you said you were about to said we're gonna do dinner soon, Mark. Eh. Okay. BRB. I'm back. Give me a minute while I get my gloves back on. Ah, crap. Also, sorry I just moved the playlist back like several songs, but these are all bangers, every single one of them. Let's try the other hand first. Up backwards. Eh. Okay, hold on. I'm getting it. I think I'm getting it. Eh. Ah. Shit. Come on. Almost there. We're... Okay, it's just a little bit stuck on the pinky for some reason. And the ring finger. Come on, I could pull it on just like a couple more millimeters. Like 4 more millimeters. F it. I guess that'll do. Let me just keep trying. Slip it on individual fingers. Anyways, sorry if I'm jerking things around. Okay. Now let's get the left hand on. Okay, here we almost. It's always the pinky. What the hell? Unless I have these completely backwards. I don't think so. Alright, it'll do. Alright, let's get back into the swing of it. Next. Next, we have the... one of the shoulders. Which shoulder is this? It looks like... right shoulder, okay. Cool, where are the arm pieces? Here we go. You know, I'm actually also gonna get the shoulder shield stuff out because these are also coming up soon. Alright, I'm only gonna be live for like another hour and a half, roundabout. I think my friends are gonna try to have anime club tonight. Oh, actually, in fact, I actually should probably end at like 5 so I can have a little time to start dinner. Start cooking dinner. From Luxury Elite to a Luxury Elite and St. Pepsi song to just a straight up St. Pepsi song. Hope these are the right bits. You know, I might as well just get all the forearm parts out, just in case. I don't know if these are the same across the arms. I don't think they are. They are not. Okay. Yeah. I mean, geez, I don't quite want to dump all of these out, but I mean, geez, I'm taking most of these out, so. Alright, well, we'll just do what we can. I'm not trying to, but I keep contorting myself in weird positions doing this. I think I need those. Yep. Ugh. I feel like I've not watched the movie, but like, I'm thinking of that one scene from Hateful Eight, where it's like, I think it's like Samuel Jackson's character has like some dude kind of like cornered in his like basement or his like trapdoor, and he's like, "Throw your pistols up." It's like, yeah, the guy down there throws up like 2 or 4 pistols. And he's like, "I know you got more." And I think the implication was like, yeah, the guy down there pulled another pistol out of his ass. I don't know. I didn't. Again, I never watched that movie. This is one of my favorite songs. One of my favorite songs from Giovanni Scorpio. I swear, I think the cover image for this song, I think that's a rotoscope of like Billy Harrington. I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, I'm going to just set this aside for now. I will need some of those bits later, though. I also happened to look up the song this was sampling. I like I like this version better than the original. That's a waterfall of pure emotion, baby. Don't let your love wash away, let your love cascade. Oh, did I already pre... Kind of. Okay. Let me just sand this. Oh, you know what, Ed? Your comment does remind me. I think Too Cold Scorpio showed up in Heroes of Wrestling. That infamous pay-per-view. I think he was there. And I think his name was spelled numeral 2, Cold Scorpio. Oh, man. Oh, those nub marks are still kind of there. Oh, yeah, you can tell even on this camera. Oh, well, it's... Yeah, I think I may have tried to clean this up the moment I cut it out. And I didn't do a good job, and I still haven't done a great job. Wrestling with Regret. I learned about Heroes of Wrestling from Kim Justice. Unfortunately, it's a little hard to revisit that video. Mostly because, like, I think she had to trim out the segment with, What was that dude's name? He was like one of the four horsemen. She had to trim out that awesome promo he cut before his match. You know, like after he got like jumped in the parking lot. It was such an awesome promo, but I think she had to cut it out for copyright reasons. Which is like, who the fuck has copyright? Stan Lang, I think that's the one. I think that was the one, yeah. Oh wait, no, I think you were right, and I think it might have been Stan Lang. It was like the dude who became a minister. He like mostly retired from wrestling to like become a pastor. Oh, ooh. Oh, my music playback hitch, trying to bring up the preview for that. Okay, let's just open this in Firefox and see what happens. Where's PPV? Oh, that's the thing you were talking about. That's not the promo I was thinking of. But yeah. Anyways, it's like, who the fuck actually is enforcing the copyright to Heroes of Wrestling? You know, it's like, I don't know, man. Like, I assume that's why Kim Justice had to trim that segment out of her video. So it's like, yeah, I had to like, Tully Blanchard, that's who it was. That was his name. It's one of the best. That's one of the best things I've ever seen out of pro wrestling. It's one of the best moments in that video, and Kim Justice caught it out. Again, I guess she was forced to for copyright. Yeah, he was fighting Sweet Stan Lane. That's who it was. Yeah, yeah. Stan was the one who jumped him in the parking lot. I think there might have been. I think there might have been some other stuff that was like later trimmed out of Kim Justice's video. Maybe I'll watch that Wrestling with Regret video, see their take on it. Please wake up the coma. I don't know if I ever mentioned this before, but like, honestly, I kind of, I mean, I would need to like actually get the discipline to do it, but like, I want to like develop singing skills, so like, I want to cover this song, "Wake Up the Coma" by FLA. I want to cover this song. Like, if I could do one song cover in my entire VTubing career, I think I would want to cover this song. But again, I need to develop actual singing skills. I don't quite have those. When I sang as part of a choir in high school, I was like bass most of the time, I think. I think I got promoted to like tenor like once or twice. But most of the time I was in the bass range. Time to rent an apartment next to a karaoke bar. Eh. I mean, hopefully I'll be able to move into a house where it's like, you know, it's small, and I don't have thin walls separating me from neighbors. You know, I'll be able to like just belt in my own home if you know, like I might be able to belt on my own home if need be. Welcome to the edge of the world. Welcome to the edge of the world. Wait, am I missing? No, I'm not. I thought I was missing a part. No, it's just buried under other parts. Okay, that's not that pretty, but well, let's try the old polishing sponge. This really worn down polishing sponge. Oh my god, yeah, I tried cleaning this up when I cut these out, and they are fucked. Oh, it's not. Yeah, okay, I think you can tell. Oh, that is unsightly. Have you seen the clip of Lex Luger versus a t-shirt? No. Honestly, I'm honestly not that into wrestling. Like, I don't like, it's like if I happen to catch it on TV, if I'm in like a hotel or something, like, I might watch, might. Like, I don't follow wrestling that closely. Like, like, I think my first real, well, quote unquote, real exposure to pro wrestling was mostly through, like, Spoonie Experiment, back when he was a lot more active and he did, like, the Wrestle series, which was mostly just him, like, recounting, like, like, whatever wrestling show he watched the night before. Or maybe even during. He never really played footage, but it was fun watching him rant about like TNA Impact. Ninjas! He was kidnapped by ninjas! Call the police! Do what your friend did and casually watch AEW? There's a thought. I don't know why I'm I don't know why I'm brushing it off. I don't know why I'm wiping it down. I need to go to the next level of grit. I'm gonna try to do what I can today, which might not be a whole lot. It took me half this dang stream, over half this dang stream just to build the stinking beam rifle. Oh man, I hate cutting nubs off of parts. I really do. All right, that's not great, but it's better. I mean, honestly, I guess this end of the shield, like this actually kind of makes sense as like a surface that would be like, kind of scuffed realistically. You got like particulate in space. You got small particles in space that'll like cause little scratches and such. God, man, these big part surfaces, they attract a lot of like, I don't know if it's right to call them surface defects, but you can kind of tell where it's like, yeah, the plastic was doing interesting things when it was cooling down inside the mold and solidifying. I assume that's what's going on. That's what happened. Not so much on this side. Yeah, I just did that, and I have not quite done that end. You know what? Let's just only start with the 240. Oh yeah, the Midnight. I mentioned earlier this stream, I actually got to see them live. 1 year, 2 years ago. I really love the Midnight's music. All I want is to be loved by you, loved by you, loved by you. All I want is to be loved by you, be loved by you. They got an interesting way of writing lyrics. All I want is to be loved by you, loved by you, loved by you. All I want is to be loved by you, to be loved by you. All I want is a second thin till the ship goes down the bitter end. All I want is to be loved. Oh. Loved by you. I think I had this lyric slightly wrong. Okay, that's maybe a little too aggressive. Whoops. Well, whatever. We're just gonna double down a little. We're gonna 1.2 times down. That doesn't work. Ah! One moment, everyone. Sorry about that. The dog was being his usual self. Boy, am I glad he went number 2 when we walked. Ugh. And, you know, the thing with that dog is, like, the littlest thing will set him off. Like, it seems like the littlest thing can set him off. That's why he does that. Like my brother's currently at the house. Like, I mean, it's that, or like maybe Wesley somehow detected like someone happened to be walking down the street outside. Most loyal. Eh. I don't know. I don't know about loyal, Ed. Well, maybe not loyal to me per se. He really likes my brother because my brother was like my brother was the one who found him alongside my dad back then. Ah. Alright, well, I think these shields... I think these shield bits are done. Oh, hold on, I need to do that. Whoops. I don't know if I did this surface. Circular motion, that probably helps. Oh, shit. Hmm. Maybe a little more aggressively then. I think the plastic might just be really fucked up, though it might just be too fucked up to easily redo without just grinding more than like a few thousandths off. Which I would not want to do. That's not really the point. Yep, there's still an ugly white plastic mark. Ugh. Oh, let's try this. Just as a last ditch. I don't know why I keep looking over to my side monitor to look at the time. I can just look at my front monitor. Habit. Okay. Alright, let's start on the bits we actually need to start on. And those would be presumably this, not that one. Yeah, not that one. This one? Is it? Wait, what? Oh! Oh, okay. Wait. Well, I think it's still supposed to be this one. Yeah, so it would look like that's... Okay, these are the ones that match. Okay, well, not another souvenir. Same Beepus. Again. Whoop. Uh... What the hell? Hold on, let me look at this diagram. Might be fine to... Okay, yeah, that's not... Right. Might be fine to cut this knob flush, actually. I don't think that's going to be terribly visible. In fact, we should probably cut it, make sure it's completely removed to make sure it doesn't interfere with anything. Actually, let's try the file. I think this is Winter Circle Deluxe Edition. I think that's what this album is. I've never really listened to this thing in whole before, so this song's kind of new to me, but yep, it's Saint Pepsi. Okay, this top bit I should probably trim off a little more carefully. Oh, there's a knife. Over to left. Eh, eh. Oh, okay, that's actually pretty good. Let's try... Oh, wait, actually, a little more. Just a little more. I should bring back Pepsi Man. You know, it's funny. You know, like... I think I mentioned this back when I did that, which... Man, fucking Christ. I think that was the March 1st stream. No, was it March 1st? I think it was the stream before that. I think it might have been, like, one of the streams before that. Like, yeah, when I played the demo for Brebby Man, I thought, like, when I saw the screenshots, I thought it was like I thought it was I thought it was like a Pepsi Man inspired game, but no, it's a shmup. It's, if anything, like, I feel like Brebby Man is like weirdly it almost felt like, it almost felt like a weird spiritual successor to Piano 3, if y'all remember that Capcom game. Which, man, I'd be kind of sick if they brought back Piano 3. Like, I'd be fine with like a modern, like a bit of a remaster, just like a PC re-release for that. That'd be pretty cool. Maybe we get some new fan art. But yeah, I thought Brebby Man would be like a Pepsi Man type game. No, it's a shmup. Although that being said, I think there might be another indie game that's like works. It seems like the gameplay might. I think I saw one once where it's like, yeah, the gameplay was kind of Pepsi Man-esque. Although, it's kind of fucked up that like Pepsi Man is basically just those mobile runner games. It's sort of like a prototypical form of those. Kind of fucked up when you think about it. The show must go on. Yeah, they should have gotten Maggie.Wave to do the fucking soundtrack for Amazing Digital Circus, now I think about it. I kid. Mostly. Maybe that's how they'll do for the finale movie, which, you know, I saw that post glitch made about, like, why and what they, like the rationale and all that behind, like, doing, like, the theatrical release for, like, the finale of Amazing Digital Circus, and it's like, you know, I didn't really care about that series. I watched the first episode and that was it, but, like, I don't know. Maybe I should, maybe I should, like, binge the series so I can go see the finale in theaters and, like, support indie freaking animation. Because, like, they kind of deserve it. Man, I really like this song. This is real vaporwave. We start out we started out with sampling Yazoo. Now we're in Depeche mode. And then it'll be Tears for Fears. Oh, wow, that's polished. Holy crap. I give this another go up here. I don't think I actually did it. That's okay. Perfectly okay. Ah. Uh, Not that I think it really matters, but actually, no, let me use the knife for this one, and I'll try the fall for that one. It. I cut one of the fingers of my glove open last time I did Gunpla on stream. I think it was, yeah, I think that was on stream. So far, it hasn't happened this time. Somehow. Okay, I'm gonna have to file that too, just... Whoop, whoop, sorry, I smacked my mic again. Unfortunately, the arm for the pop filter on my mic, it's like... I mean, I think you can kind of tell by the shadow, but like, my knuckles are really close to it. In fact, I just have to move it that far, and there it is. So yeah, like, I've been smacking my microphone, admittedly indirectly. It's like I keep bumping the arm for the pop filter. Alright. Now let's take care of this one on the top. You know, it maybe is a bit counterproductive that I try to make things look nice, even though it's like I am building this kit with tools that are maybe not in the best condition, as you've probably seen. I have tools that are a little nicer condition-wise, but like I'm saving those for like the really like valuable kits. How often do I clean my pop filter? I'm not sure how to. Like, yeah, sorry, I'm not sure how I would is the problem. Like, I guess maybe I could tilt it over and try and like, you know, flick the crumbs and shit off. Like all the dandruff off. Or I don't know. What how would you clean a pop filter? Like, get a brush attachment for a vacuum? Like it's not, I wouldn't say it's absolutely filthy, but it deserves a cleaning. Hopefully often enough. Well, I mean, yeah, I don't think any bolts on any of my shit are like rusting from spittle. No, I don't think anything I don't think anything in my area is as far gone as some of Jolly's equipment, but still, it's like, again, like, it's like, if you guys know a good way to clean a pop filter, I'd be happy to know. You know what? Fuck it. Let's embarrass ourselves on camera. Let me embarrass myself on camera for entertainment's sake. Here's what it looks like. Here's what it looks like right now. Whoop. Oh. There, rate that shit on a scale of 1 to 10. What? Oh, what am I doing? Why am I trying to bend it in a funny position? That's the stars at night. Just call me Van Gogh. Vincent Van Gogh! Get it? Like Homer Simpson, how he do the O. He make the funny the O sound. Ugh. I probably should not have so much caffeine. I should probably have less caffeine. You know what? Fuck it. While I'm being like questionable. Oh man, what's a good way to put it? You know, while I'm being kind of cringe for the sake of entertainment, let me tell you guys a story. I think this happened. Was that yesterday? I think it might have been yesterday. So like, so for a bit of context, I think I can't remember if this was a birthday gift or a Christmas gift, but like, I got a cold brew coffee thing as a gift one year. Not so long ago, in fact. Probably like last year or the year before. Again, I don't remember when, unfortunately. I don't really remember exactly when. You know, time grinds on inexorably, and I'm often caught off guard by its progression. But point is, I have this like I have this little carafe thing. It has a little like mesh filter that you wash out. Like so you put like ground coffee in it, and then you pour water over the coffee and then in the carafe, and you make cold brew coffee. So I started cold brewing some Filipino coffee. I started the brew like the other day. I put it in my fridge and I forgot about it for over a day. So Monday, I think it was Monday morning? Or was it Sunday morning? Oh my god, I don't remember. It might have been Sunday morning. I know I forgot about it for like over a day. So like, yeah, it had been cold brewing in there for 24 hours. And like, it doesn't help. This is actually like, this is coffee my dad just had on hand. It been sitting for It had been sitting in the laundry room for God knows how long, just in its container. You know, already pre-ground, already roasted long ago, already ground up long ago. I've actually made a batch of cold brew of it before, and it wasn't particularly great. And this batch also wasn't. I mean, I think it actually may have been better a little, but I still ended up making myself a glass of cold brew of like, you know, milk and a little too much honey. And I gotta say, I think all the caffeine from that, like, dude, like my brain kind of goes in an overdrive sometimes. I was really like mentally fired up. Like, I think I think that might have been yesterday morning. Man, I don't remember. It's really bad that I'm not very good at keeping track of like when particular events happened on specific days. But yeah, you're a VTuber, everyone. I have a pop filter that looks like this, and I make the most fucked up cold brew you've ever heard of. Now, granted, I didn't put hot sauce in my coffee like Snuffy did yesterday, but still. I should file this. What am I doing? What the actual damn am I doing? Also, I gotta try and bend this pop filter arm into a more agreeable shape. I did not like the shape it returned to. That still does not look right. Ugh. You know, what am I doing? I need to mount this like higher up so that it can be in a flatter arc. Oh, whoa. Sorry everyone, I'm futzing around with shit. Oh god, and it just does not help. It is like really hot or really heavy on one end. Hot sauce. So Snuffy had her uh, like fifth stream anniversary yesterday. Was it birthday? No, I think it was her stream. It was her stream anniversary. Literally on 420. So she had the idea of I mean, I can't describe it as anything else other than like she got a bunch of hot sauces from Wingstop, and like she would just open up the whole sauce tubs, dip her fingers inside, and then open Pokemon cards. I am not leaving anything out. I am not embellishing anything. That is literally what she did. I mean, the only detail I did leave out is that, like, you know, the chat could pick the sauce. Or, like, she would have to pick a different sauce depending on, like, if chat gifted subs. But that's about it. Savagery. Snuffy is something special. That's as diabolical as microwaving a whole egg and eating it. Well, I mean, hey, in Kuro's case, I mean, at least the egg was, like, fresh. That's about as fresh as you can get it, you know, cooked fresh, eaten, presumably, right after it was microwaved. It's not like this one other VTuber who, like, ate those fucking, like, hard-boiled eggs from Love's, the truck stop, the fucking truck stop boiled eggs, which, like, I think I have seen those at Love's before. And it's like, I can't imagine buying pre-hard boiled and peeled eggs in a little plastic container from a fucking truck stop and eating those. Like, who does that? What sort of mad person does that? Of course they got sick. If they didn't get sick, that'd be a miracle. Also, that feels so irresponsible of a corporation like that. You know, especially a corporation that's like a big chain of truck stops across the United States. I feel so irresponsible to be selling that. You know, some men really do just want to watch the fucking world burn. They really are the sickos from that one, that Onion cartoon. I forget the name of the artist. But, you know, they really are those guys at the window with the shirt that says sicko, being like, haha, yes, yes! Fuck! Oh, they've given a nub! Still there! Why do I bother with the file? Why do I bother with this file? I bought this thing back in, like, 2020 or so. It is, like, there's still texture to it, but, like, I don't think it's doing shit. I have the suspicion it's not doing shit. Oh god, it's only a couple minutes till 5 p.m. I gotta hurry up before I explode. Okay, I'm kidding, but, like, I do kind of need time to cook dinner before Anime Club tonight. I should probably do that before Anime Club. Although, I think I should probably put it in the warmer before I actually eat it. Just wait a while. Yeah, speaking of sane food safety practices, that's a good way to have nice, tasty food. Just leave it in the fucking warmer for like an hour. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if we'll even actually do Anime Club. We might just have yet another week where we don't even watch anything because not enough people show up. That was a little... Oh boy, that was a little aggressive. Alright. Now we just need one of these. I am going to... Alright, let's try using the hobby knife to cut these off. Oh yeah, just even from here I can tell even without looking through the camera, I can kind of tell that this side of this blade is like, that's pretty scuffed looking. It has lived this blade has lived a hard life. And again, this is one of those blades where it's like, this isn't just a disposable blade, this is part of a set. This is part of a whole set. It's not, I would presume it's not supposed to be simply disposed of. But at the same time, I don't think the set did not come with anything to sharpen the blade, which I don't know. I feel like if you're gonna sell like a hobby knife set with like 50 differently shaped blades, maybe you should also include a little sharpening tool. Just a thought. Kind of crazy, The people who made those products that they hawked on those late night infomercials, they had it right, It's like you call now and you get this accessory that sounds really nice to have. Particularly when it's something that helps you care for the thing they want you to buy from them. Tell me your seat. Right now, let's sand the shit out of this. Where'd my 120 grit go? There it is. Oh, there it is! Oh, my glove is split open a bit. Huh. I don't even know how that happened. That's interesting. Okay, this might be a bit of a fool's errand. Might? No. No, it isn't. Yes, it is? I don't know. No, it is! Wait, what the This is a fool's errand. I don't need to put this much attention on this. That being said, let's just do the 240 on this. Anyways. I do not remember the song being this penisy. I do remember hearing in the documentary, it didn't occur to me it was a little penisy. I feel like I have something on my neck! It's probably nothing. Probably nothing. Crap, I'm getting plastic dust on the shit I already built. Whoops. It's moon dust, don't you see? It's just moon dust. Alright. Almost ready to assemble this one thing. Honestly, I don't even know if it's really necessary to just assemble it. I could probably just hold on. Well, I don't know. These are the arms. It can be kind of hard to tell one side of parts from the other, so might as well just assemble it as I go through the manual. The big suddenly cut up both these E-poly caps. They're going to be useful. Hopefully, I don't need... Well, no, I shouldn't need to. It's not much of a... Yeah, let's try just straight cutting them out, and then... Alright, so orient that this way. Just double checking. Okay, and slide where to go. Here it is. Slide this over that. Whoop, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. Maybe I should have... Yeah, that's fine. I can try it the other way the next time. Oh, cool. I love when the parts don't close as tightly as they should and you get a nice little seam. Oh. Oh, that doesn't help. Okay. Oh, God, I was getting a little worried the glove was getting caught in them. Alright, well, seems like it works. Again, you can... I mean, you can kind of tell it's not quite tight, but hey, it'll probably tighten up a bit once I leave some of the other bits on. What time is it? Rats! Now, let me just grind this off, or grind this down a little. Fuck. Oh, man. Ah. Shit. And now that I've reached the end of this stream, it occurs to me, man, I should have just played Command and Conquer today. Oh, well. The thought crossed my mind. Oh, well, whatever. Yeah, no, I need a longer stream window if I'm gonna do TNC. I really do. If anything, fuck. If I want to play through the Nod campaign, I'm going to have to. If I want to play through the Nod campaign of CNC3, I'm going to need, like, I'm gonna need to start on a Sunday so I can spend the whole week just doing that. Okay, I don't think I can commit enough time doing the rest of this unless... are these the ones... Are these the ones that are next? Okay, that looks like it. That looks like the one. That's the other one. Great. This? Okay, that's the match. This is gonna take too long. This might take too long. That might take too long. Okay. Oh, my neck. Ow. Oof. Okay. Yeah, now is a good time to stop. Now's a good time to stop, I think. Ugh. Oh, Christ. Okay. One moment. Okay, just give me a moment here. I'm going to turn off the hand cam. Alright, now we unplug that. Oh. Oh! Shit! Oh. That did not feel good. Okay, now we move the camera off to the side. Hold on. First, I gotta put the... Where's the lens cap? Where the hell's the lens cap? There it is. Alright. Now that camera can go off to the side and live there until I need it again. Alright, and that will do it. Alright. I think that'll do it for stream today. Thank you everyone for coming and chatting. It is very much appreciated. Alright. Like I said, it is past 5 p.m. now. I would like to take off so I can start cooking dinner. Just in case anime club happens later tonight. Ah. Dang. Oh, my neck. Oh, my shoulder. Ugh. That's kind of how it feels. Alright. I will get this VOD chopped up and posted to YouTube, I think. First, let's find somebody to raid. Who be live? First time MP3. What do you mean first time the MP3 played? The soundboard works! It works on every scene I have enabled it on.
Another victim.
I've never played this sound before, unless that's what you mean. Unless you mean you haven't heard.
Oh, my shoulder!
I've definitely not played this one before, though.
Yes!
Wow, that's... Wow, that sound is longer than I thought it was.
Fucking slaves, get your ass back here!
Okay. Also, I think, yeah, someone just texted me. Okay, what is this? Oh, ad. Okay. Anyways, let's find somebody raid. Let's see, Jets is live, no clue what she's doing. Vector Spaceman is playing Tunic, or going to be playing Tunic. Carbonell's playing MechWar Online. You know, Mothman posted a video of him playing MechWar Online. I didn't know he played that. And like, god dang, I'm getting a little bit tempted. I'm getting a little bit tempted to reinstall MechWar Online. I kind of don't want to, at least not now, because it's a fucking, it's a fuck ton of gigs, I'm sure. Jets' life. Yeah, you know, I thought she'd be taking the week off or something, because, like, I mean, granted, I don't think she streamed the whole weekend, but still, like, damn. You know, she has sinusitis. She found out she has sinusitis from being congested for so long. And hey there, Lanky, you got here at the end of stream. You've been lurking most of the time. At least it's not bonitis. Okay, who to raid? I have zero clue. Just, I should say for couple builds. I was talking about a lot of other things too, Lanky. Orthamer's life. Oh, yeah, he is. He's playing Persona, though, which, I don't know if you guys want to watch that. But then again, I don't know if you guys really care to watch most anything the people I'm following are doing. Let's see. Maybe... Maybe I should just send you guys to Jets, speaking of which. Oh, wait, EP Sleepy is playing Halo. Ah, God. Actually, you know, let's raid Carbonell. It's been a long time. Whoops, I accidentally hit the goddamn print screen key. I don't even know how I did that. I hit something that... had a key combo. I'll try and find the time playing Halo Wars co-op if possible sometimes. I don't know if I'll... That would be nice, Lanky, but like... Uh... I mean, granted, I've been able to stream kind of regularly lately, but like... We're coming up on, something kind of important in my life. Sort of. There was an important event for my family is holding the weekend after this, so like, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's gonna be happening this next week and the week after that. I don't know what that's going to look like, just in terms of like, you know, what the hell are we doing? So like, arrangement. Ed. Okay, you know, it is my fault. I did not mention it is the memorial for my dad we are holding. You know, that's my fault. Don't... It's like, I'm not trying to divulge every detail, but yes, we are holding a memorial for my father the weekend after this coming one. So, yeah. Again, things are gonna be busy. Raid's about to happen. I will see you guys later. Uh-oh.